been trying to do this, like, I don't know, for like a minute now, trying to get it working. So I started on my laptop. It would not connect. I don't know why. Uh, so we're gonna jump into this real quick, and hopefully you can learn something valuable from this. And so this would be cool. Let me go ahead and cut the music, and then we'll get into this. And so, how many know I'm from South Louisiana? So I like that bounce music. That's what I grew up with, right? So I don't really listen to it as much as I used to. That's old school music, but hey, I used to get down back in the days, guys, believe it or not. So if you're new to the channel, I'm Sean John, founder, CEO of JumpingJackMovers.com. And, been in business for a few years, created that moving business while I was homeless. Also wrote a book, Ready, Set, Wealth, which is Learn the Secrets of the Rich and Wealthy. The book is for personal finance. So if you want to learn how to be a better money manager and how to use money so your life's not tied to trading time for money. I'll teach you how to use money to make money, which is something that I practice, me and my family practice. Get a copy of the book, put book in the comments. Also, if you saw the previous video I did, talked about how you can have a moving company by being the middleman. So you do not go out and do the jobs. You don't have crew. You don't have trucks. And that's a great thing, man. You don't have to do all that work. So if that's something you want to learn, just put put middleman in the comments. So write that in the comments. And if you want to join the VIP, the Moving Success Masterclass, where I teach you how to grow and scale and build up your moving business today, the link is going to be in the comments. Jump into class. You get VIP all throughout the year with me, and you can learn how to grow your business, build your business. And by the way, hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. Welcome to the channel. Tell somebody else about the channel because I know it's about to be the busy part of moving season, so you guys can make a lot of money. And so it's exciting time. So today we're going to talk about what's important in your business. So you may hear some things that you like. You may hear some things you don't like. And because I'm all about disruption. In fact, my next company that's going to be launching, a lot of you are going to find yourselves a part of my next company's platform. I'm not going to tell you a lot about it now, but very soon we'll be introducing it to everybody in America. So if you're out there and you're in a particular industry, and on this channel, you're in the moving industry, if you want to learn how to build a middleman company where you are the middle person and so you got a customer, we'll just put customer, and then you got a business or a service provider, and then you go out and you find a customer, and then you connect them to the business, and we'll put you right here. That's you. You make money when you connect them, then you're the middleman. So this is Uber. This is the Uber driver. I'm sorry, this is, my bad. So, that's bad. All right, so this is the Uber customer, right? I'm gonna need my eraser. And then this is the Uber driver who has the car. And then Uber says, hey, there's a customer who needs a ride, right? So the driver goes to pick it up. And then Uber makes money by connecting the two. They don't own the cars, they don't own the customers, they don't own any of that. I think that's a great business concept. It's one of my favorite. The other one I love is network marketing because you could create residual income. I know the pop word is passive income, but I don't mind putting in work. I don't need it to necessarily be passive where I just sleep all day and don't do anything. I like to be active. So active income is fine with me. Residual income where it just continues to flow. I'll go out and do some work. I don't mind. So that's a middleman business. So if you want to learn that, go to Middleman CEO on YouTube and on Instagram. And that's where you should go up and put it right here so you guys don't miss it. Middleman CEO. Then I'll teach you how to create a business by you becoming the middleman, no longer doing all the work. Even in the moving industry, no truck, no crews, no headaches. That's what I say. So give me a thumbs up if you're watching this video and you're looking forward to this this information. And how many? It's a random question. I don't know, but it just kind of popped in my mind. How many out there, if you have a family, if you have a spouse, or if you have children, put a thumbs up if you don't mind in the comments. Like if you have spouse, if you have children, put a thumbs up in the comments. I would love to know who out there has a spouse or has a family, because what you're doing right now, you may not hear this a lot, right? And you may be out there working your butt off and not getting pats on the back, not getting the encouragement that you deserve. And so I'm here to tell you that even though I don't know you, I understand your journey. I know your journey. I'm super happy uh, with you and your progress. I'm proud of you. No, I don't know every step that you're going through, because our journeys vary a little sometimes, depends on what you want to do. But from one entrepreneur to another, because that's what you are, and it's so much more. You're so much more than an entrepreneur, because people who work 9 to 5s, and I've done it, nothing wrong with it, they don't always understand the journey that an entrepreneur goes through, the sacrifices that an entrepreneur has to make. They don't understand. They see you out there and you're making money with your moving company, or you're making a little money, and I'll teach you how to make more. The money's not going to be a problem. Don't worry about that. Uh, and they see you making a little money, or they make see you making a good bit of money, but they don't understand what it takes, what you sacrifice, how tough it is to go out there and meet with these customers all the time, talk to these customers all the time, deal with whiny customers, free pool customers that want everything free or cheap, right? Sheeple. And crews where guys don't want to show up and work, customers where you gave them excellent service, but they found something negative to complain about because that's who they are. And it's really stressful. It can really weigh on you, because I know I have experience with that. So I just want to stop for a minute and applaud you and say, you're doing a great job. You're doing a terrific job. I know it's tough. I know it's not always pretty, but when you go out there, don't think about you, what's comfortable to you, what matters most to you. Think about those who will come behind you that you're going to benefit, that's going to benefit from the efforts you're making. And hey, thanks, Sean. What's up, man? Welcome to the channel. Think about those who are going to benefit from what you're doing, right? So a big part of being an entrepreneur is to be able to think. I'm sorry, let's rephrase that. To see further than your eyes can look. I call that vision. Vision is being able to see further than your eyes, your natural eyes can look. And so you may look out and see your company a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, even 5, because I try to be realistic with you on this channel. I'm not just selling you fluff, and I happen to have the shirt on today. Cut the fluff. By the way, if you want to get this shirt, I'll get you one. I don't even really sell them, but if you think it's cool and you want to get one, I'll get a shirt for you. Just tell me where to send it. And but you're thinking, years down the road, and you're thinking about, all right, when my kids are older, I'll be able to do this and this, put my kids in private school, buy my wife or my husband their dream home, give them nice cars, put them in good neighborhoods, where it's safe, unlike the neighborhood I grew up in, right? Put them in a good neighborhood where it's safe. Put them in educational programs that'll drive them towards success. Put them in a position where their friends are, their network by the time they're 21 are doctors and lawyers and entrepreneurs and successful people. The way you do that is by having money. They don't give that away. The way you do it, I know, because we didn't have money and I was in a bad spot. So what you're creating today is meant to provide provision for 10, 20 years down the road. So why am I saying that? I'm saying that because it's easy to give up on what it is you're trying to accomplish, on your goal and your dreams. It's so easy to give up. But when you tie other people's value and their future to what you're doing, then it makes it harder, impossible to give up. So if I looked at my weight, right? So I'm not a big guy, right? But lately I've been having like high blood pressure readings, right? And I'm from the South. I'm from deep South, Louisiana, Baton Rouge, New Orleans. There's a lot of seasoning on the food, right? And it's good when you're young, but as you get older, you can't really eat that all the time. So now that I'm in Dallas, I used to complain that the food doesn't taste like New Orleans, but now I'm glad it doesn't have all that seasoning. Because what? Because I'll sacrifice that in order to live longer. Now, if I'm not thinking about my family or my friends and those my loved ones, my kids and whatnot, right? I'll just continue to eat bad because I'm not placing any value on anyone outside of me, right? So if you got a business, you could quit on your business because it gets hard. But if you're thinking about your family, your friends, your wife, your children changing their lives, then you more than likely won't give up because your success or their future success, not all of it, but some of it is contingent on what you're able to do today, what mindset you have going forward, and what you're able to build and pass off to them in the future. Does that make sense? I know I was rambling, but I'm trying to convey a really, really good point that what you're doing out here as an entrepreneur to build your business is not just about you, right? So it's about your family and those around you. So you're going to be the success. Then you're going to turn around and share that seed, right? So you're going to be the seed. You're going to plant yourself in the soil. It's tough to reach for the sunlight. It's tough to work your way through the weather changes, through the seasons, through the pests that want to destroy you, right? But you have to keep pushing towards the top, right? Because eventually you'll produce roots, you'll grow, and you'll become a powerful tree. And the best part about it is that tree is going to produce fruit. And your fruit that God blessed you with, here's something you don't know about fruit. They don't belong to you. The tree never eats its own fruit. So what you produce in life is for everyone around you. I told you something there. I hope y'all got that. So your gift and what you produce and what you're building is not necessarily for you. It's for those around you and those who come after you. So when I'm building something, or like I'm working on my next business, I'm thinking about my kids. I'm thinking about my 2-year-old son, almost 3, and what can I build where, 15, 20 years from now, he'll be able to reap some of the benefits and the rewards of it. Imagine your children growing up, getting married, you're able to buy them a house, able to buy them their first car at graduation. Just think about things like that. So that's what a real value is. That's the real value. The money, all those things are good, but if you got nobody to share those things with in the future, what good are they? So the real value is having family, having friends. And for those who do not at this time have family, 5, 10 years from now, you will. And that's a good thing. So think about those things. All right. By the way, hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. A couple things about your business that's going to be super important is you're going to have to be able to capture leads, not just any leads, but premium leads. You're going to have to, once you get the leads, you're going to have to be able to close those by getting a booking. I don't like to say that word, but I don't feel like spelling out reservation. So a booking, reservation, and same thing. Well, not the same thing. If you're in my VIP training, you know booking and reservation are not the same thing. And you know why I'm big on reservation and not so much on booking. But to make it easy, I'll just put booking right here. And so which equals more what? Money or what? Revenue. How many know that business is not about revenue? As a matter of fact, I'll just leave it. But the main thing about business is about the P word, profit. So business is about profit. So in order for your business to grow, to get to that level where you're not only successful or marginally successful, but you've created enough success to where everyone that's around you in your close circle, family, friends, or whatnot, they can all benefit from it. And so we're going to talk about what you can do. And I hope you guys can see this well. If you have a question or a comment, drop it in the comments while this is rolling. I think I can see that if I'm not mistaken. So also, if you want to get a copy of this cool shirt, put shirt, the word shirt, in comments. If you want to get a copy of my book, Ready, Set, Wealth, Learn the Secrets of the Rich and Wealthy and learn how to better manage your money, put book in the comments. And if you want to enroll in the Moving Success Masterclass, I'm going to drop a link And if you want to learn how to build a moving business or any other business, lawn care does not matter, by being the middleman like Uber and Airbnb does, then go over to Middleman CEO on YouTube and Instagram and follow me, okay? But this channel is primarily about the moving industry. And so we're going to stick with that theme. And hopefully I can provide something that'll really help you. So when it comes to leads, there's a few things about leads. So I'm not going to do a lot of writing today. So I'm mostly going to be me lecturing you. So if you've ever gone to college, funny story, I did go to college. It was only for probably about a week. And because whenever I was young, like right out of high school, I had a kid, right? So I was already a parent. I've gone through majority of my life being a parent. So don't have kids young, but so I had my daughter very, very young. So went to college for about a week, got hired on a job. Hey, had to go make some money and never went back. So, but that's fine. That's my story. It worked out for me. I'm thankful. Living here in Dallas, I love it. So life is great. So let's talk about leads. All right. So leads is an important part of your business. I would submit to you that leads is the most important part of your business, coming through your marketing and branding of your company. So I see a lot of guys out there that I'll not necessarily pull up, but I'll pass by moving crews. They don't have uniforms. Their colors are chaotic, and there's no logo or anything on the truck. The least you can do is get like the little magnets that go on the door, because if there's potentially a customer is going to pass by you, they don't even know what you do, first of all, because you don't have your name anywhere. And worst of all, they don't even know how to contact you. So always, I learned that lesson very quickly. Don't be the invisible movers. Don't be the unknown movers. Make sure that you have a name and a way to contact you on your truck at all times. You could even get the magnets because you can put them on different trucks when you rent them. So you always want to be able to get customers to get your information. And also, you want to have a simple name. Please don't go out and get something that a customer cannot spell. If you can't spell it, they can't spell it, right? If you can't spell it, they can't spell it, which means it's going to be hard to remember. In fact, they're not even going to try to remember you. They'll just go with ABC, right? So when you pick a business name, I always advise you don't put your name in it. Why? Because you don't want to become the brand, right? You want the business to become the brand. And then whenever you do that, whenever the business becomes the brand, then you're able to scale the business without having to be the face of everything. And you don't want to be that, because then you've created a job for yourself and not a business. So you don't want to do that, right? So leads are important. You don't want to get leads from cheap people. I call them cheapo. Free people. I call them freeple. You want to get leads from premium people, pre-prepared people that's ready to do business with you on a premium level, right? So you want to get premium leads from premium customers. So a lot of you, you get calls and quote requests from customers who aren't in position to do business with you. And so what a lot of you guys do is you'll collapse your pricing scale. So if a customer buffs at your 150 an hour, you immediately drop it to 120 and then 100. And now you're in a race to the bottom with all the other companies who are undercharging, right? So remember, you're building a real business. McDonald's burger, in spite of how bad it is, you cannot negotiate pricing. So don't get in the habit of negotiating pricing with your customer, because even if you do, now I do teach you a trick where you can get away with it and it doesn't dilute your product. Can I say that again? I do teach you a way that you can make a counter proposal and it does not dilute your product. Because think about it. Whenever a customer calls and says, yeah, but A and B company, they were about $50 less than you are. And then what do you guys do? Oh, yeah. So what do they offer? Okay, well, we can do that too. Number one, we don't know if the customer's telling the truth or not, right? Number two, if they were cheaper, why is the customer still calling around? Wouldn't it make sense to have booked that? So we already know these customers are trying to get free work out of you. Very, very free. They're probably going to be bad customers. They're probably going to complain about some stuff because they're cheapo. And we don't want to do business with cheapo. So stop reaching out to these cheapo and working to their level where they control your call flow, they control your script, and now you work for them. Sometimes it's okay not to get the money, because if you charge enough, that cheap company that's doing 3 jobs to make $1,000, you can do it in 2. So you don't have to close everything, right? You just got to close the right people. So learn that lesson very quickly. Don't get in the habit of compromising your business pricing scale. You don't want to be doing that, right? So it's not the way to flow. So I'm here to encourage you, tell you, stick with your guns. Now, if you're in the VIP, if you've taken my Moving Success Masterclass, link right down below, click it. And we got a VIP coming up Sunday. So if you want to be in it with me training one-on-one, well, in a group setting one-on-one, kind of, sort of. But it's going to be awesome. So click the link. The class is very affordable. It's worth it. I'll say that. It's worth it. Go click it if you're serious about growing your business. And you better be, because I just told you why it's important, your family, friends, and your future. So if you start negotiating pricing, then the customer has control. And so you don't want to do it that way. Well, we'll beat them. Now it's a race to the bottom. Eventually somebody's going to be working for free. And we don't want to do that, right? So we want to get the best leads. Once you get the leads, you got to convert those leads into bookings. What does that mean? You have to be able to sell. You have to be able to get on the phone and sell. You have to be able to sell. Now, there's a few ways you could do it, but you're going to have to figure out what works best for you, what sounds best on the phone, how to talk to the customers, how to address the customers. By the way, I do teach a sales script. I do have a sales script. If you want to get the script only, just only the script is $97. It's worth every penny, because this script helped us to book. And this is no joke. If we get 10 calls in a day with our script, we book 7 out of 10 calls with our script. 70%, not bad, right? And then we'll get a couple of calls of people that are cheapo that we're just not willing to do business with, and that's fine. But if you want to learn how to book 70% or more, because you may get premium customers calling you all the time, and your booking should be 90% at that point. And if you don't know how to do it, if you're like, Sean, I'm getting a lot of calls, but I'm not even booking half of those or whatever, right? So I know I'm missing out on some because I don't know what to say. I don't understand these rebuttals. I don't know how to sell. Then yeah, go ahead and get our script. It's only $97. The script's going to change your life. You'll make that 97 on the first call. Whenever somebody calls you, you'll get that money back ASAP. We do it all the time, so that's huge. Sean says, I got that issue. What issue, Sean, exactly? Because I'm going through a few things. And so tell me, what issue exactly are you talking about? By the way, guys, if you have a question or comment, drop it in the box. Now's the time. You rarely get me on lives. Now you got your boy Sean John on a live. You rarely get me on lives. I'm not even in my move-in attire today, but that's fine. I didn't even plan this for today, but I just felt like this would benefit. So drop the question again. Tell me what it is that you're having issues with. And also real quick, you got to get these bookings. So we want to get our numbers around 7 out of 10, meaning every 10 calls you get, you want to close about 7. Sean says, I keep getting rebuttals over my pricing and not enough phone calls. Got it. Then Sean, what you got to learn whenever it comes to that, you got to learn how to cut off these rebuttals. The first thing I would teach you, if you were in my masterclass, first thing I would teach you though, is this: you're in control. Right? So rebuttals put them in control because now we're responding to what they're proposing. And we don't want it that way. They have to respond to what we're proposing, right? And so a big part of that is staying in control, having a script. So if you have a script would drive you through the call process. Now, we use a certain trick, I would say. I hate to say trick because it sounds like it's evil, but it's actually not. So it's a sales principle, right? So we use this certain sales principle and we start off our calls this way, and it gives us 100% control right away. And the customer only, all the customer does throughout our script, and Sean, this is what they should be doing throughout your script, is just answering your questions. So we get basic information and we're capturing, and then we're answering, then they're answering, then we're scheduling. We're getting reservations, right? So if they're rebuttaling about your price and you feel like you have a good price, you provide the service that backs up your claim to have those prices, then you never want to get away from your pricing scale. So what you've got to learn is, okay, when they rebuttal, where do you go? That would be my question for you, Sean, is when they rebuttal, what do you do next? And because if you're not doing what I think you should be doing, you're definitely gonna have an issue and they're gonna assume control of your call. So you're probably getting leads from cheapo, number one, because they don't like your pricing no matter what, right? And so if they don't like your pricing up front, they want to negotiate instantly. And so when they want to negotiate instantly, then you've already got an issue because they tune out everything you say about your business. So one thing that I teach, Sean, and this will probably be helpful to you, is I teach, and I teach this to my students, so I hope my students don't get mad that I'm kind of giving this out on my live for free. But I teach value over price. And the reason I teach that, Sean, is because you want your customers, this is your customer, you want your customers' focus to be here and not here. So in order to get that lead, that leads come in, and now you're looking at your booking process, your reservation process, and they don't want to schedule with you because they're having problems with your price. First thing, you're probably talking about your price too much. Stop talking about price. Yes, I said that. Stop talking about your price. Nobody cares, right? We don't care. I don't care what your price is. I don't care. Because if your script is well enough, or if your sales process is well enough, the price ain't gonna matter. It ain't gonna matter. Bad grammar, good teaching, right? So if your script and your sales process is right, the pricing is not gonna matter. It's gonna be irrelevant because the sales focus is gonna be on the value. Does that make sense, Sean? Let me know if that makes sense. The value is going to be where your focus is. So again, this is your customer, Harry, Mr. Harry or Charlie Brown, right? And what do you want Harry to do, right? You want Harry's focus. That's pretty bad. You want Harry's focus to be on your value. So now you have to rework your sales proposal. You want Harry's focus to be on your value, not your price. So the reason you're having rebuttals is that the customer is focused on your price. So we don't want the customers to focus on the price. We want your customers to focus on the value. So what are you selling when you're talking to these customers? What are you selling? Are you selling value or are you selling price? Here's why I say this. And I'll come back to that thing, right? But this is so important, and I'm glad you brought this up. You want your customers to focus on value and not price when it comes to the booking process. And I'll jump ahead real quick. The last thing that we were going to talk about is if you get the leads, you get the booking, you're going to make more money, more revenue, and that's a true fact. That's the truest fact, right? So, real quick, all of a sudden, I'm doing more than I thought I would be doing, but I want to help you, Sean. So, I want to help you tremendously, right? So, always. And again, guys, I know some of my guys are out there. I can hear you now. And you're giving away all our secrets out of the VIP and the masterclass. So listen, Sean, all you guys out there who are not in the VIP, not in the masterclass, it's very affordable. There's going to be a link in the comments. Click it. Go sign up. You'll get free training throughout the rest of the year with the rest of the guys. Go do it. It's worth it, right? Because this is nothing compared to what you're going to learn in that masterclass, and it's going to be amazing. So let's see. a second, guys. And I'm going to put that link. I'm trying to see if I can do it now. Not really sure how. Give me a second. Hold on, guys. I'm going to flip this phone to see if I can get, not that way. See if I can get what I need. Let's see something. Nope, that's not working either. I told y'all, I was not prepared to do this today. And let's see. I'm trying to see where I can put the link, but it's not giving me. It's just kind of showing me the chat box, but it's not really giving me the option to do so. So hold on, guys. I promise I'm gonna get it. And if I don't get to it now, by the end of the video, I will put it in there. I promise. Or if there's somebody who's got the link, can you drop it in there? If you have that link, drop it. But if not, I promise it'll be there at the end of the video. Should put it in now. Let's see. I'm trying to get it on there for you guys. Give me just a second because I got some good stuff that's going to be huge for you, super beneficial for you. So hang a second. And again, guys, and this is so important what I'm about to teach you because you do want to be around the 70% on all of your calls. You definitely don't want to be coming in less than that because that's tough for business, tough for your business to survive. And so you want to definitely have a higher number when it comes to that. So and by the way, I appreciate all the people who subscribed to the business, to the channel, and for everybody who's in the VIP. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to try to drop the link. All right, there you go. So drop the link. The link should be popping up quickly. And let's see if it does. Did it pop up, guys? I'm using something else to be able to do it. So I'm trying to get this right for you guys. Give me just a second. All right, so I did put it in there. So it is in there. So you're gonna see that link in there. I just hope you guys, if you don't see it right away, give it a second. It's gonna pop up. All right, really quick, back to what we're doing. All right, so let's see, 12:30 here in Dallas. So I got a little bit. Let's see how much time I got left. All right, not long, and I'm gonna have to get off of here. So hang tight. All right, so Sean, again, great question. You're getting the rebuttals because people are having issues with your pricing. And so I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. They're not having issues with your pricing. So it's the fact that they're giving you rebuttals doesn't mean that they have an issue with with your pricing. There's nothing wrong with your pricing. Your pricing is good. It checks out. Does that make sense, Sean? You don't have a pricing issue. Well, they're giving me rebuttals every time I mention cost. Again, you don't have a pricing issue. And this here's some deep teaching, right? You're not going to get this anywhere, but I don't mind sharing it with you because you're sincere. You sound like you really need that help, and I'm glad that you asked me so I can help you, right? So you don't have a problem with price. Your problem's not with pricing. Your problem is with value. So you don't have a pricing. When they're complaining about your price, they're really complaining about your value. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean this, and can you guys see? Do I need to push it back just a little? Hope you guys still see. And I don't write, well, I write in hieroglyphics, so hang tight. So they don't have a problem. That looks like valve. Sean, don't have any valves, buddy. All right, so they don't have a problem with your pricing. They have a problem with your value. And the reason they're able, the reason Hank, Mr. Hank, right? The reason Hank, his little hat probably looks like that. And the reason, there you go, Mr. Hank. The reason Hank has a problem with your pricing is because you haven't convinced him that you're valuable enough. All right, so I'll prove it to you real quick, right? So let's do you and I, Sean. We're both Sean. So that I know you're cool. I know you're a good guy, right? And probably just as handsome as ever. Us Sean's, we're blessed, cursed to be so handsome. And all right, so I'll put me, and then I'll put you, right? So Sean, this is me, and this is you. Literally, right? So, all right. So if I want to talk to you about price, you'll always be able to counter my pricing scale because you understand that in service that pricing is a gray area, that you have the right to ask for a better price or discount, something like that, right? Money off. Hey, do you guys price compete? I hate that. Just makes you poor. I don't like price competition. Make you poor. Now we're all racing to the bottom to service you for free. I don't like that. That means Hank, the customer, has all the control. I don't like Hank to have all the control. I like to have, maintain, and keep control, right? So now, if I'm talking to you about price, you can always rebuttal and X me out, not use my service because there's someone cheaper. So that means your focus, if there's someone cheaper, that means your focus is on price. Now, if you're cheap, that's okay, because I would prefer you to do business with someone else, right? But we're not gonna bump down our price to meet you, right? So we're not gonna come down to your level. Now, Sean, think about this, right? So I have a $100 bill, right? You, Sean, you have a $1 bill or 10. All right, let's say 10. So I have a $100 bill. You have a $10 bill, right? Someone cheaper isn't always the best. No, I say it this way, Sean. I say, if you're the cheapest, then customers won't expect you to be the best. But if you're the best, then customers won't expect you to be the cheapest. Okay? Quote that. That's my quote. All right. So Sean, I have a $100 bill. You only have a $10 bill. Now, if we focus on price, then I would never in a million years trade you a $100 bill for your 10. It would make no sense. In fact, it would make negative sense for me to do that transaction, right? So I would never, if I'm focused on price, then my 100 is better than your 10. I got more. So I would never do business with you on that level. Whereas if you focus on value, now I have $100, you have $10. And I say, Sean, I'll give you my $100 bill in exchange for your 10. What would you say? You say yes, right? Okay, Sean, I give you my $1,000 bill in exchange for your 100. Is that a good deal? Yes. Sean, I will give you my $10,000 bill in exchange for your 1,000 bill. Is that a good deal for you, Sean? Of course it is. Why? Because the value is 10 times the cost. The value is 10x VP. That's how I write it. 10x VP. 10 times value of a price. Right? Does that make sense, Sean? Drop a thumbs up if this is making sense. So 10,000. It's turned into a webinar because I'm teaching. Sean, you got me teaching. I just got on here to make 3 points and go. Now you got me teaching, right? So thanks, buddy, because I love it. $10,000 is 10 times $1,000. So what am I teaching you? I'm teaching you that if you get them to focus on price, 1,000 for 10,000. I'm sorry, 10,000 traded for 1,000 makes no sense, right? But if you get them focused on value, then if I'm willing to trade you my 10,000, my overvalue for your $1,000 in money, then now I'm 10x VP. I'm 10 times value over price. And the numbers don't always have to be 10 times. I'm just making a point. It could even be more, it could be a little less. But what I'm saying is if value exceeds price, they will book with you every time. Does that make sense? If value exceeds price, they will book with you every time. So that's why I told you the reason that they're saying no to you and talking about cost is because you've allowed them to focus on price. And I dare you, Sean, and not just you, Sean, but everybody watching this video or who will watch this video, I dare you to get your customers' eyes off of price and change it to value. If you can get your customer to no longer focus on price and to focus only on value, then your customer will book with you every time. 70% will be nothing to you. You'll be 80, 85, 90% bookings. Right? So again, value over price, right? So if you can get the good leads and you can preach value over price, get premium leads, quality leads, value over price, they'll book with you every time. Does that make sense? I hope you guys got this. This is some serious, savage sales technique. You're not going to find this on a bunch of other channels. It's just not, right? So I'm showing you the things that I do, that we do to scale our business from me being homeless in 2017, living in South Louisiana, to now living here in Dallas, Texas with a thriving company and working on company number 2. So again, if you get them to focus on value over price, they'll book from you every time. Every time. It'll never end. And so that's what's important, guys. That's why 10x VP, 10 times value over price. Just think about it. If you've got $1 and someone's got 10, you would do that deal every time, right? Absolutely, 100% of the time. You would do that deal every time. So if your customer is not scheduling with you, not reserving with you because of your price, then it's your fault. You've allowed them to focus on the price. So one quick tip, don't let your customers do math. If you want to know what I'm talking about, because I'm going to erase all this, I hope you screenshotted it real quick. If you haven't, I'll let you screenshot it real quick because I'm about to get off here. 10x VP, 10x value over price. Don't let Mr. Hank get you, right? Now, share this video. If you watched it without being a subscriber, shame on you. It's free to subscribe. Hit thumbs up, hit subscribe. Welcome to the channel. If you want to learn how to grow your business from where you are now to potentially high 5 or 6 figures in a month or a year, it's completely up to you. I am realistic about what I do teach you. If you want to create a $250,000 a year business, that's doable in 18 months. It does take time to get you going because you are going to need some things. And that's fine. If you're making $250,000 a year, in 4 years you made $1 million, that's fine. $250,000 is life-changing. And you don't always have to be a millionaire. $250,000 is fine. You make 20 grand a month, you're doing great. But again, get them to focus on the value, not the price. Don't let your customers do math. If your customers do math, you are in trouble. So we don't want them to do math. Everybody who's in the VIP and in the Moving Success Masterclass, you know what I'm talking about. We never want our customers to do math. So that's a part of the sales script, the sales technique, the sales training, which I do teach you. And I think that's in the third chapter of the Moving Success Masterclass training. Again, it's very affordable. I've kept the price low so that you guys can get in, get the training you need, start booking these reservations ASAP. Because I can come on here just like I did just now, and I taught you something that I don't necessarily teach online. But I just showed you really quickly in one step how to grow your business. Where if you, Sean, are now closing, you're closing 5 out of 10, you're at a 50% booking rate, right? You're at a 50% booking rate. That's not really great, right? So, but if you use what I just taught you instantly, you're at a 70% booking rate. If you're averaging, let's say if you're averaging 10 calls, just something small, so 10 calls a month, you book 5 jobs. On average, these jobs are about 500 each. Should be more, but now you're at 2,500 a month, not bad. So what I'll do is I'll take you up another $1,000, put you at 3,500 a month, just based on me teaching that one principle, which again is 10x BP, which is 10 times value over price. Does that make sense? So I hope you guys learned something from this. Hope you guys got something from this. Sean, I'll see you. The link's going to be on here. I don't know how long until the video pops up, but the link's going to be on here. If you want to leave your email on here, bro, real quick, that's fine. I can send it to you directly. But the link's going to be on here for the masterclass. If it's not on here, because again, I don't know how long it takes for these lives to actually come on to my platform. But go to one of my other videos, just click comments and you'll see the link down there. Sean, I'll see you in class, and enroll as quickly as you can, because we have a live training this Sunday, 6 p.m. Dallas time. And I want you to be in that class, and we're going to teach you how to make a lot of money and go into details on how to do these things. It's going to be excellent. So just think, I taught you one thing that can easily make you, so if your company, it can make you a 20% increase on whatever you make. So if you right now, if you make $10,000 a month, we can get you to $12,000 a month, just like that. So that's an extra $25,000 in a year. Now your business is growing, and that's a small amount. We'd like to take you from 50 to 65,000, 70,000 a month. Now you're making real money, right? So, but that's the game, guys. I gotta go. See you guys later on the next live. If you want me to do another live, as a matter of fact, because I haven't been doing them a lot because I don't know if you guys are available if you want to see them. But if you want me to do another live, put live, L-I-V-E, in the comment, and I promise I'll check it out later. And if I got enough in the comments and I got enough subscribers, then I promise I'll come back and do another live before the end of the week, right? So I got to go. You guys take care. Be blessed. Have an awesome, amazing day, and make that money. Peace.